Quarter season review. Let's rank these Juventus players. Who's impressed? Who hasn't? Who needs to step up? Whose name is on the chopping board? And who, let's just say, needs to have an amazing second half to the season? Well, not really second half. Let's just say 3/4 of the season remaining, because there's a lot to play for. We're approaching the busy end of the season. And then we're approaching the business end of the season. And Juventus, let's just say, Champions League football still needs to be achieved. Champions League progression still needs to be achieved. Some dominance in the Serie A needs to be achieved. Like, some growth needs to be achieved. Be sure to like. Be sure to subscribe. I've broken it down into the categories of great, good, okay, poor, and non-applicable. Like, somebody that's played, but he hasn't played enough for me to, judge him in a sense. So it's only right we start off bright and early with not applicable. In non-applicable, I've got João Mario. I'll be real, João Mario's come to Turin. He's come to Italy. He's experienced a different culture of life. He's had some amazing pasta. He's gotten himself probably about 50 new Instagram photos, and he's on his bike in January. If he's not on his bike in January, I promise you, he's on his bike in the summer. A very strange signing, shall we say. I need to try and keep it polite, respectful, as you know. Time to act my age. Just don't get it. I just don't get. I never ever in my life, never ever will. I think even my son, that's not even born yet, probably doesn't understand it either. The João Mario Alberto Costa deal, never understood it. Alberto Costa, he's doing so well over there. Fair enough, it's a pretty easier league, but you saw something during the Club World Cup. You saw something towards the end of the Serie A last season. He genuinely was a player I was looking forward to watching in the 2025-2026 season, because I feel like he was bringing something different down that right-hand side. The trade never made sense. I don't care about the finances. It just never, ever made sense. The replacement, a failed winger that's now being demoted into a wing-back. And he's not really the best of wing-backs. And now you got Spalletti, who plays a full-back system. Yeah, bro, he's on that bike. I'm telling you guys, that bike is ready. They've even printed J. Mario on it. He's out of here. He's not applicable. Rogani, I've also put him in, not applicable. He's had the odd game here and there, hasn't played long enough to do anything. I don't know why Rogani is still at Juventus, with all due respect, but there's a reason why these two don't get many minutes. Let's start off with Di Gregorio. Great, good, okay, poor. Well, he's not going to be not applicable, is he? Di Gregorio for me is actually, let's keep it short and sweet. I'm going to go for Di Gregorio. I think he's been okay. But Di Gregorio for me, second half of last season, I loved him. I was like, this dude is the savior of Turin. This guy is the protector of Juve. I could seriously make a case, if it wasn't for Di Gregorio, Juventus would never have gotten Champions League football last season. But I feel like he's had a very similar start to last season. But when he first came from Monza, I was looking at him and I was like, yeah, bro, you are not cutting it. You need to grow, because as a goalkeeper, it's not like in other positions where if your confidence is low, you can take him out and bring in another player. Goalkeepers tend to start all 38 games a season unless they've been catastrophic. I feel like he's had a similar start to this season. Not as bad, but he's not like the Di Gregorio I saw towards the end of last season. He's not the Di Gregorio that I saw in the Club World Cup. Fair enough, the chopping and changing of systems. Every single day he's got a new front line. Bremer in and out of the team. I'm going to put him in okay. I'm going to put Di Gregorio in okay. Next up, we got Gatti. A to the double S to the exclamation mark, and make sure you put a sharp line under that ass, bro. 2 packs of he's not good. I'm gonna be respectful. I'm gonna act my age. He's not good. Never been good. Never understood the hype. I understand the grinta, the passion, all of that stuff, but I'll be real. That stuff is 1 of 5 of the most important components of being a footballer, of building a successful team. If your centre-back has 1 out of 5, you are in big trouble. Hence, Juve are in big trouble in defence. He ain't good. I'm going to be real. He ain't good. You see, for example, if in another life, I was working with the police, and let's say I was part of a forensic science department. Yeah, I was part of forensics. Every bloody crime scene, Gatti's fingerprints are on it. His fingertips are on every crime scene. His fingerprints are on every goal Juventus concede. Don't get me wrong. I get onto him a lot for his lack of technical ability, for his lack of ball playing ability. Ball playing centre backs, what is it? It's something of the past decade, okay? You don't have to be the best at playing out of the back, but can you compensate for it and bring something else to the table? Can you bring some leadership? Can you bring some elite positioning and reading of the game? Can you bring some amazing defending? Can you bring like some aerial presence? That's full, brother. That is full. Yeah. He ain't good, I'll be real. Like, what, Napoli wanted to offer 25 million for him in the summer? Like, who on God's earth said no to that? He ain't good. He's not Juve quality. He lacks so many of like the important attributes to be a defender. Every time he's on the field, I'm worried. I'll be real. Like, I'm just being completely honest. When I see Gatti start or Gatti come off the bench, I think my blood pressure goes up. And that's just me being honest with you guys. So for me, I think he's had a poor season. And I'll be real. Like, it's got nothing to do with... I don't even know the bloke. Like, it's not even a matter of like or dislike. I just don't think he's good. So I think he's had a poor season. Kalulu, Mr. Steady Eddie, Mr. 6.5, 7 out of 10 every single week. He has the occasional 5 out of 10. I don't think he's like the complete centre-back, the complete footballer. Like, he's definitely got his drawbacks. Like, he's definitely got his weaknesses. But I can never fault a guy that probably every single week plays out of position. Every single week he plays out of position. He's like a square peg in a round hole. Like, he's just filling in for whatever area Juve are lacking. And I'll be real, I have a hot take, guys. Kalulu done the wing back role better than Cambiaso. Bremer, I'm gonna put him in good. Can't put him in great because he hasn't really played much. But the fact that this dude made Gatti and Kelly look like decent defenders, I have to credit him because he raised the bar so high. Like, he genuinely elevated them with him because of his leadership, because of his performances. It's a shame because of the injuries, but he's just a mint centre-back. Like, he's genuinely a quality centre-back. Bremer, I'll put him in good. Kelly, I think Kelly's had a good season. I'll be real. Like, it's probably like one of the shockers. Actually, no, I'll be real. I've got a crazy shocker coming on. I think Kelly's had a good season when I compare him to last season. And I feel like his biggest adaptation has been the fact that last season he was such a passive centre-back where he came to the Serie A and you could see he was passive. He was a little bit timid. He was a little bit cautious in which duels to enter. And I think he needed time to adapt to the Serie A because this season he's not passive. He's actually very, very, very aggressive. He gets involved. I'll be real. I don't really have any issues with Kelly performances this season. I don't think he's amazing. I don't think he's a world beater. Like, if I had to rank Juve centre-backs, he's definitely bottom tier, like at the bottom of the barrel, but based on his performances this season, and that's what I'm judging him on, I think he's been good. Like, I think it's very like disingenuous of me if I was to put him in like anywhere below. I think he's been good. After that, Cup Miners, the resurgence of Cup Miners. I'll be real, he's been good in the last 2 games, but let's be real, the season didn't start in the middle of October. It didn't. Like, the season started in August. And because of that, I have to put him in poor. Like, I'm going to be real. Like, he's had a great 2-3 games under Spalletti in the Champions League. And then Cremonese and... Come on. Think fast. Cremonese and Torino. Yeah. Been decent. But like I said, the season didn't start on Halloween. Like, the season started in the summer. When it was hot. In London at the moment, it's cold. My point is, the season started a while ago. I have to put him in poor because I'll be real. Prior to Spalletti, if I ever saw the letter K in the starting 11, shiver me timbers. So I'm going to put Cup Miners in poor. I genuinely feel like, if I do this video again towards the end of the season, he's definitely gone up. But based on the majority of his performances, poor. Cambiaso, poor. I got my eyes on you. Like, when it comes to Cambiaso, I've got so many eyes on him. Like, I've got my entire family tree's eyes on him because there's a lot of hype, there's a lot of potential, but at the same time, I've seen plenty of players not fulfill their potential, and I've seen plenty of players not grow in their role and master it. And I think he's so gifted in some departments. I think he's so good in possession. I think he's so good in those tight, congested areas. I think he's got a wicked cross on him. I think he's a player that's so comfortable under pressure. He wants the ball, but it's just that lack of consistency. And fair enough, I could always say lack of consistency and take it on the chin for like an 18, 19, 20-year-old. But Cambiaso is like a veteran, bro. Like, he is a seasoned pro. Like, he's still young, but he's been part of the game for a while. And I just feel like you now really need to step up, like grab it by the horns and say, I am Cambiaso, and this is what I can bring to the team. But I feel like with Cambiaso, you never know what Cambiaso is turning up before kickoff. And it's a shame. Now, fair enough, I sympathise with him. One day wing back, one day full back, one day inverted into midfield, one day on the right, one day on the left. I understand every player needs like some consistency within a role with certain responsibilities, but I feel like he's genuinely good enough where wherever you put him, he should have a positive impact on the game. But that isn't the case. And maybe, just maybe, I rated him too highly. Maybe that is the case, but he's had a poor season. Going into midfield, McKennie. I'm going to put McKennie in okay. McKennie for me is like Marmite, if you know what I mean. Like, you either love him or you either hate him, or like you're 50-50 on him. He's a player that really divides my opinions, because there are moments where he genuinely annoys me, and then there are moments where I look at him and say, you do bring a different dimension to this team. And I don't think he's an amazing footballer. Like, I think McKennie, the reason why he never had an amazing career and he never went on to become like this massive player is because he's always been labelled and treated and performed like a utility player, because whichever role you put him in, he doesn't like cement that spot, if you know what I mean. And don't get me wrong, every squad has a utility player. McKennie, I'm going to put him in okay. I think he's had an okay season. Okay. Locatelli, this is the big shocker. I'm going to be real. They label me the Locatelli Glazer and this and that. Bring it on. Hashtag LG. I'm going to put Locatelli in grey. I think he's been good. I think he's been wonderful. Oh, but I know I'm going to piss off so many people. Bro, I'll be real. Like, I know what I'm getting from Locatelli. Like, and I'm speaking about Locatelli under Tudor. Under Spalletti, I think he's been good, but like, I expect more because of how advanced, like how higher up the field now he is under Spalletti. But I'll be real. Like, Locatelli, for me, he just gets the job done, bro. Get the ball from phase 1 into phase 3 and look at Conceição and Yildiz in the eye and tell them, go and do something. Now, of course, can he maybe help them more in the final third? Yeah, but Locatelli, that's not the type of player he is. Like, I don't look at Locatelli and think he's this world beater in the final third, and he's got like the Jude Bellingham physicality, and he's got the Pedri ball manipulation in those centers of the park. I like Locatelli, so for me, I put him in great. Next up, Kev from Thuram. I think it's fair of me to put Thuram in okay. I don't think he was great under Tudor, to be completely honest with you guys. I think his best performance of the season was the second half of Torino, and I think his worst performance was the first half against Torino. He's had good moments, the goal against Inter. Like, in some moments, you see that elite ball-carrying ability that he has. But I don't think Thuram's been, like, great. I don't think he's been good. I think he's been okay. Like, I think a lot of people would agree that it hasn't really been the best of seasons for Thuram. But I am expecting him, like, after the international break to actually kick on and grow within this team. So Thuram for me in okay. Yildiz great. Yeah, a lot of you guys might be thinking like it's that bias and this and that. I just think he's an amazing footballer. I'll be real. I think he's an amazing footballer. I think even when he plays poor, I could seriously make a case he's been the best player on the field. And I really sympathize with him because I feel like he's got 50 watermelons on his back. And there's not a single player in this team telling him, you know what? Give me 25 of those. Give me 25 of those watermelons. No, none of them want to carry the watermelons. He's carrying all of the watermelons. And he's carrying them and he's getting goals. He's getting assists. He's created, I think he's in the top 5 for chances created in the Serie A. Like, he's performing and he's such a young kid with so much pressure on his shoulders. And I can never fault that. I genuinely can never fault it because at the start of the season, he was winning Tudor games. He probably got Tudor the start of this season because last season when Tudor took over from Motta, Yildiz was his saviour. So I can never fault the kid. He's still got so much to learn, so much experience. But I think he's been great. I'll be real. Like, I think he's been great. Like, you look at the goal catalogue from this season, the chances that he's created. He plays the game to such a high level. Like, the maturity on him is truly amazing. So, for me, he's been great. Conceição, he's not been poor. I'll put him in okay. Like, he's had an injury. Conceição, like, I've spoken about him so many times. Like, it's just time to kick on. It's just time to show some development. It's just time to show some growth. And I feel like people really need to start like moving away from like you know what I see a lot when it comes to Conceição? Oh, he tries the hardest. Oh, he's always fighting for the ball and he's tracking back and he gets stuck in. Brother, why are you speaking about Conceição as if he's some centre back? He gets stuck in. He's always working hard. He's tracking back. Brother, we're talking about a winger. Wingers decide you games. Conceição is not decisive. I'll be real, like that's just the best way to put it. He's not decisive. He doesn't have what Yildiz has in his bag. He doesn't have that playmaking ability. He doesn't have that goal scoring ability. He doesn't have the ability to give and go. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he can't do it. I just feel like he doesn't want to do it. Like he doesn't favor that part of the game. He favors being dynamic, being explosive, taking on one man and taking on the other and then taking on the third and then cutting in and shooting. I don't think he's been poor. I think he's been okay. Like, he's had some good moments. I think this season, like, his best of games have been far better than last season. Like, last season, in my opinion, he was genuinely catastrophic. But I'm not going to turn around and say, like, he's been amazing. Or I'm not going to turn around and say, like, he's shown some growth. I don't think he's shown, like, that much growth. Like, in my opinion, there's still so many question marks when it comes to Conceição. But I think he's been okay because I can't put him in the same bracket as somebody like Gatti. Then we go Dusan Vlahović. Vlahović to the Dusan. It's either great or good. I'm going to be real. Nah. I'm going to be real. I'm putting him great. I think he's had a great season. I'll be honest. Like, I think he's scoring goals. He's getting opportunities in the final third. He's shown, like, he finally looks like the Vlahović that I saw at Fiorentina, the one that was comfortable to drop deep, play with his back to goal, spray passes, odd flicks and tricks. Like, you guys don't understand. Well, of course you guys will. You don't understand how bad Vlahović was last season. He genuinely couldn't do the basics. And for me, this season, he's doing the basics. He's going above the basics, yeah. I think he's been great. I'll be real, like, pressing from the front. Even the leadership, like, I'm seeing him rallying everybody on the field. I think Vlahović has been great. David and Openda, we'll just put them both in the same category. Poor. Like, as new recruits, I understand you need time to adapt to a new league, to a new environment, a new country, new teammates, new coach, new system. I completely understand that. But I feel like you haven't signed yourself like a prospect in David and Openda. Do you know what I mean? So it's not like you've signed yourself an 18-year-old that you're looking to mold into the perfect pro. Like, let's be real. David is a veteran in the game. He is a seasoned pro. He is a Liga 1 winner. Openda is he's had a very good career. Like, players of that age, of that caliber, with that level of experience, regardless of the league, regardless of the country, regardless of the team, of the coach, you should walk in and at least show 50% of quality. I think David has shown 50% of quality. It's just, David is just a passive striker, and you can never ever turn him into an aggressive one. I feel like you can't change people. You can't change players. He's a very passive striker in a very aggressive league, and I think that's his biggest obstacle. Openda, for me, looks like a fish out of water. As much as I feel like against Cremonese, he was great and I thought he would kick on, it's just the decision-making can be wayward at times. Like, you could see he's desperate for the goal. The fact that he always goes for goal. But I'll be real, like, I'm looking at them and thinking, I'm expecting the same reaction of Dusan Vlahović, where you guys know it's one striker position and there's 3 players going for it. When you go out there, make every minute count. And I don't think Openda's done that. I don't think David has done that. I think, if anything, Vlahović has done it. So for me, those two are in poor. I am expecting them to, like, get better as the season goes on. But I'll be real, like, all 3 of them are on the chopping board, because I don't think Juve are in a position to go into next season with 3 strikers on their books and paying every single one of them. Like, David is on a lot of money. Openda is on a decent amount of money. 1, if not 2, have to be moved on. And I think it's just going to come down to performances. So this is my ranking of the players so far this season. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, and I will catch you guys on another one.